Good evening and thank you. I'm honored to be presented with this OCA Pioneer Award, and I want to accept it as a tribute to all Asian Pacific Americans who found educational attainment to be the road to opportunity. Although my mother was a gentler, more benevolent tiger mom, she did believe that only A's would do. Contrary to the supposition that academic success is a matter of innate intellectual ability, Asian Pacific cultures have put a premium on discipline and time on task. As a teacher, I've come to respect the persistent inquirer over the effortless achiever. Those students who have struggled but learned to try and try again often develop more resiliency in studies and in life than the naturally adept who can't rise to the challenge when faced with ambiguity and contingency, which inevitably confront us in learning and in life itself. Yet high expectations have to be leavened with love and understanding. That's what we mean by advocacy with compassion. In 8th grade, I failed an algebra test. I went home afraid of what my mother would say. When I told her, she told me, "Put it behind you. I know you'll do better next time." It was her comfort in hard times and her belief in me that encouraged me to do better. Our nation must make educational opportunity available to all students, regardless of socioeconomic background. Unfortunately, all too often, high-performing school districts correlate directly with family income. Every student deserves to be supported and pushed to achieve by teachers who care, but also who won't settle for less than excellence. Students need to be told, as my mother told me in the video, before you get a job, remember that getting an education is your job. Or as I used to say to potential basketball recruits at Butler University, your odds of going to medical school are better than your odds of playing pro. That's why we are so concerned about your earning a degree as about your minutes on the court. My own story is one of gratitude for a mother, for teachers, for mentors, for fellow students and professors who encouraged me. A turtle on a fence post didn't get there by itself. I especially want to acknowledge the late Frank Wong, who encouraged me to consider academic administration because, as he said to me, a professor controls the climate of teaching and learning in his own classroom, and an administrator can influence the climate of teaching and learning across the campus. I also want to thank my wife, Suzanne, who supported me unstintingly. Thank you, honey, for supporting me in the unorthodox, a Chinese American becoming an authority on Oscar Wilde, finding myself one of the few Asian Pacific Americans private college presidents in the United States. In closing, though, let me observe that American higher education still remains a frontier for Asian Pacific American progress. Asians comprise some 4% of the American population, yet 7% of the full-time faculty at U.S. colleges and universities. By that measure, education indeed has been the gateway to academic opportunity for APIs. Unfortunately, Asians still make up less than 1% of college and university presidents and chancellors. The pipeline from faculty to administrative leadership should be full, but too often Asians are not perceived as having the qualities expected of leaders in the American mode. Yet in the seminal book, Good to Great, author Jim Collins describes how flourishing and stable organizations are led most often by executives who belie the popular stereotype of the charismatic CEO. Collins writes, compared to high-profile leaders with big personalities, the good to great leaders seem to have come from Mars. Self-effacing, quiet, reserved, even shy, these leaders are a paradoxical blend of humility and professional will. Collins could have been evoking a common perception of Asians. He certainly believes that we need more such leaders. If I've been fortunate enough to be a pioneer in higher education leadership, one of the first to break the bamboo ceiling, my hope is that many of you here tonight will complete the shattering of that ceiling. Thank you very much.